Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we are going to be checking out the updated trade target list for every single NBA team. So typically I do these type of article videos over on my second channel, Extra Crispy, but there's not too much going on right now in the NBA as far as news goes, so we're going to be doing this on the main channel today, just because, man, like, so many players obviously are being listed as out and everything, and I've talked about that the last few days, man, so this should be pretty interesting. Let me know in the comment section below, who is like one or two guys that you absolutely want your favorite NBA team to go for, before the NBA trade deadline, right? Because there's so much talent out there that could help out every single team, right, man? So, as far as the Pistons, I don't even care, man. Oh, we're so bad. We're so bad. We're so bad. I want to be good, but we're bad. It's all good, man. Okay, here we go. First thing we have is the Atlanta Hawks, and we have the trade target of Marcus Smart, Justin Holiday, and Garrett Temple. So I've been saying Marcus Smart to the Hawks is like literally their missing piece to winning an NBA championship, man. Like, I really do believe that. He just feels like he's perfect for that team. Now, Holiday, he's a good shooter. Garrett Temple, good vet out there and everything like that, man. But, Marcus Smart, missing piece for that Hawks team. Next up, we have the Boston Celtics with Cam Reddish, Bryn Forbes, and Terrence Ross. Cam Reddish, I really don't get because, you already got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum for your forwards. Bryn Forbes adds, some additional shooting. Terrence Ross, I actually like Terrence Ross maybe as a sixth man on the team just because, that's kind of his bread and butter out there, right, man? Just having a good little scorer like that would be great. So, yeah, I like that one the best out of those three. Brooklyn Nets, we got Ben Simmons, Christian Wood, Mike Muscala. If this team could somehow pull off getting Christian Wood without giving up too much, that'd be great. Ben Simmons, you're probably looking at some type of Kyrie swap to get that done. And Muscala, Ben Simmons or Christian Wood, would be good for the Nets, in my opinion. Okay, next up, we got to the Charlotte Hornets, Miles Turner, Mo Bamba, Derek Favors. Derek Favors, let's stay away from him, man. I'm sick of the average centers on the Charlotte Hornets. To get somebody that can kind of grow with the rest of the team. Miles Turner's the best one. He just would be a perfect fit there. And then Mo Bamba, definitely the Magic probably not giving up on him now because obviously he's been playing good basketball, but also I think Wendell Carter just had like a really serious injury, right? So, yeah, Miles Turner makes a lot of sense, though. Next up, we got the Chicago Bulls with Harrison Barnes, Cam Reddish, Reggie Bullock. I really like Harrison Barnes on this team, especially for like a season or two, because Patrick Williams obviously is injured and everything like that. But Harrison Barnes just fits naturally at that 4 spot, and he also got a championship under his belt, man, so he got that experience. Really like him on the Chicago Bulls. Next up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers with Brandon Ingram, Cam Reddish, and Terrence Ross. I'm in the place of the Cavaliers where it's like, I feel like their team is so great and, young and talented that I really would not give up too much to get one of these guys on the team. Because I really like what they got going over them, man. Like, to get Ingram, you got to gut out the roster, right? That's just not worth it to me. So, if Ingram would be on the team, they could get him at like a good price of like, I don't know, man, like Lauri Markkanen and Colin Sexton, then maybe you do something like that. But, I would not give up a lot, though, because I like what the Cavs are doing already. Next up, we got the Dallas Mavericks with Miles Turner, Domantas Sabonis, or Jeremy Grant. Any one of these guys fits in, as like that second or third. Well, no, it would be the set. Well, depends if they're giving up Porzingis or not, man. But, second or third star for the Dallas Mavericks. Probably like, I'm actually would be intrigued if we could see like a Sabonis Porzingis type of front court, but Jeremy Grant makes a lot of sense too, man. Really, any of those guys are great. So, yeah. Denver Nuggets, we have Karis LeVert, Cam Reddish, Aaron Nesmith. I don't really like Reddish because, with Michael Porter going to be there over the years, not a lot of chance to develop. Aaron Nesmith, same with him. Karis LeVert, I like him as an additional scorer to the team, especially this season where they have been absolutely just destroyed by the injury bug. So, although Karis LeVert obviously can get injured too and everything, but I like Karis LeVert on the team. Detroit Pistons. Yo, I forgot about Copra Pizza Man, is his name, or something like that. We got trade for draft picks, THT, or Marvin Bagley. So, kind of a little bit of a trade I've been thinking about inside my head would be like Jeremy Grant and Josh Jackson over to the Kings for Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley. I like the idea of that. He's cool, man. Not the greatest shooter, though, and I kind of want some shooting around Cade Cunningham, but I wouldn't be against it if the price is right. Then, obviously, we get draft picks. Yeah, that's probably the big time factor than things that we need a lot. Next up, we got the Golden State Warriors. So a great team. How can they get even better? Man, we got Miles Turner, Kendrick Williams, and Alex Len. Williams, I don't really think they need a guy like that. When James Wiseman is back and you got Kevon Looney off the bench, you don't need Alex Len. Miles Turner does fit in with the team. If they're able, man, if they could somehow pull off getting like Miles Turner and like Harris LeVert or something like that, with just giving up, the matching salary and like James Wiseman, that'd be a huge W. Next up, we got the Houston Rockets with draft picks Jackson Hayes and Jalen Johnson. The draft picks, yeah, once again, those are fine for any rebuilding team to get. But Jackson Hayes, Jalen Johnson, like, I already like Sengun, so don't really want Jackson Hayes on the team. Jalen Johnson, I do think actually has maybe, like, John Collins type of potential. But I really also just like, they got, like, not Kevin Porter, Kenyon Martin and all those guys on the team. A lot of athletic players. They got Garuba, so let's not add some more young players onto that. Indiana Pacers, Ben Simmons, PJ Washington, Cam Reddish. So Ben Simmons, they want to go for more of a restructure instead of a rebuild, and you could see that happening. I actually like Cam Reddish on the Pacers, though, just because if they do go on a full-on rebuild, that's not a bad place to start with Reddish. Okay, next we have the Los Angeles Clippers. We got Sabonis, Karras, and Tyrus Jones. Sabonis and Karras would be great to get another, star caliber player next to Paul George. As far as the assets to either one of those guys, though, that's where it gets a little crazy. And then obviously once Kawhi's back too, having Sabonis on as a third option, that's a championship team, plain and simple. Okay, next up, Lakers. So Lakers, we got Jeremy Grant. I do not like Grant on this team, and that's unless Anthony Davis commits to literally being full-time center. He has to be a full-time center for this to work because Jeremy deserves to be a starter in the NBA and everything like that. But although I think AD's going to be out for like a month or so getting a guy like Jeremy Grant too, just to get him through this next month would be fine within itself. Next, we got the Memphis Grizzlies with Miles Bridges, Cam Reddish, Malik Beasley. Any of these guys fit. I actually kind of like Malik Beasley. I know he hasn't been great this season, but if he can kind of, give them some scoring off the bench, that'd be great. Next up, we got the Miami Heat with Brad Wanamaker, Ben McLemore, and Alex Len. This just goes to show you just how tight the Miami Heat roster is up and down, man. Like, they are just good to go. None of these, any one of these guys, yeah, they're a good role player, but not a huge difference maker. I don't really think the Heat need that anyway. Next up, we got the Milwaukee Bucks with Garrett Temple, Corey Joseph, and Terrence Davis. So, yeah, just a little additional guard help, with Dante DiVincenzo and everything like that with his injuries and stuff like that, man. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Next, we got the T-Wolves getting Ben Simmons, Thaddeus Young, Chris Boucher. Thaddeus Young or Boucher, yeah, either one of those guys fit next to Cat. I'm still at the point, man, where I feel like the T-Wolves would be a better team if they decided to just invest in the Cat and Anthony Edwards and trade away D'Lo, because I don't think they need D'Lo scoring on the team. And getting a defensive guy like Ben Simmons, I think, could be a big-time W. All right, next we have the New Orleans Pelicans. And this is draft picks Marvin Bagley or Bol Bol. Draft picks, obviously, great. Marvin Bagley, if Zion's not going to be out, or if Zion's not playing for the rest of the season, then yeah, man, see what you can get with Marvin Bagley or really Bol Bol, either one of those guys. It's kind of sad that this one right here does have to be about thinking of a future without Zion. I don't want that for the Pelicans. I don't want that for Zion, but it might be where they're at. Next, we got the New York Knicks. Yeah, obviously Damian Lillard. Man, any team want Damian Lillard on their trade target list. De'Aaron Fox, Karis LeVert might be more realistic targets, guys you can get without giving up as much, because Damian Lillard, you're probably looking at an Anthony Davis type of trade haul, man, with the Pelicans and Lakers trade a few years back, although Damian is a little bit older, but still, he's that type of name, right? Next up, we have the OKC Thunder with draft picks. They don't need no more damn draft picks. I actually really like Mo Bamba or Bol Bol going to the Thunder, though, because either one of those guys, man, especially Bol Bol, like, please free Bol Bol from the Denver Nuggets. Like, man, he would be perfect on the OKC Thunder. They need big guys right now, and he would just get a good chance to see what he's all about, right? So, yeah, I really want that. Orlando Magic, we got picks. A first round pick to be exact. They get a first round, man. Not in Detroit or Houston. We just got any draft picks we can get our hands on. Cam Reddish or THT. So, once again, rebuild pieces. Philadelphia 76ers, we got Damian Lillard, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Halliburton. I don't see the Kings giving up Halliburton. Damian Lillard, I don't think he's getting traded. It really sounds like that's just not happening. And then Jaylen Brown, there's been some talks about it. You're probably looking at a Jaylen Brown, Ben Simmons type of swap, something like that. So I don't know, Celtic fans, do you guys want Ben Simmons on the Celtics? Him and Marcus Smart, that's some good-ass defense, man. Good-ass defense. All right, Phoenix Suns, we got Thaddeus, Robert Covington, Reggie Bullock. Love Thaddeus Young to this team. I know he's itching to play right now, not really getting the minutes with the San Antonio Spurs, and he shifts perfectly into that 4 spot. Now, obviously playing next to DeAndre Ayton in the front court, you're looking at him, having to be a respectable three-point shooter. Thaddeus Young's three-point numbers throughout his career, usually on or off, man. But I would say his career average, I think it's around like the low 32, 33% range or something like that. Next up, we got the Portland Trailblazers, Ben Simmons, Harrison Barnes, or Sabonis. So really all of these are like lifelines trying to just keep Damian Lillard happy and everything like that. I feel like any one of these guys, well, I know the 76ers are not interested in CJ McCollum. And I know, yeah, I guess, yeah, because CJ McCollum really, he's like one of those weird players where he's like in his absolute prime, so he's not really going to be able to help out like a rebuilding team or anything like that, and the 76ers just not wanting him. I don't know if that makes a ton of sense. I feel like he would be really good on the 76ers, but yeah, man, okay. Next up, we got the Sacramento Kings going for Jeremy Grant, Karis LeVert, or DeAndre Hunter. All these guys would fit nicely on there. I would say I like Jeremy Grant or DeAndre Hunter to the Kings the most. But, yeah, man, and like I said, Jeremy Grant, I'll be good with Marvin Bagley and Buddy Hield, man. We'll take both those guys. And y'all can also have Josh Jackson, too. Next up, we got the San Antonio Spurs going for Ingram, Ben Simmons, or draft picks. So, yeah, I do think the Spurs are at the point where they're very desperate to find, like, their guy that they can rebuild around. Ingram and Simmons, you know, they're both, like, 25 years of age, something like that. But, so I guess it's a good start at least, but not like the young. It's not really going into a full-on rebuild for training for guys like that. Next up, we got the Toronto Raptors, Christian Wood, Mo Bamba, Jackson Hayes. So yeah, looking, you know, once again, man, it seems like the Raptors, you know, every now and then they get like a center that's just like a good quality, you know, like okay type of player, but I really do think they're looking for like their full-time solution at that center position. If they can get Christian Wood on the squad next to Pascal Siakam, be a GG, man. Okay, next we got the Utah Jazz going for Jeremy Grant, Cam Reddish, Garrett Temple. I didn't really think about Jeremy Grant on the Jazz, but if they could get their hands on him, man, I can't really think of anybody on the Jazz that I would want in Detroit, so I can't really think of a good realistic trade there. But, and yeah, Cam Reddish, don't really think he makes a ton of sense, but, you know, man, we'll see. And then Garrett Temple, defensive guy. And then the Washington Wizards, we got Cam Reddish, Josh Hart, and Kendrick Williams. So it looks like Cam is going to be traded at some point this offseason, or this, before the trade deadline, because there's a lot of trade talks about him. But, yeah, Josh Hart's fine, Kendrick Williams, whatever, but not too much to say about this one right here, man. So let me know in the comment section below, like, did this live up to your expectation of what you want on your favorite team? Definitely a lot of Jeremy Grant and Cam Reddish up in here, but that's how it is, man. You know, when you're a good quality basketball player that can help out any team, you know, teams are going to be calling about you. So that's all we have. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.